I'm Caitlin. I'm going to be doing the sheep heart dissection list of anatomy. If you can look around, I don't have anything that I can use aside from my list here. So I'll have you come on over here to do the anterior part. The epicardium is this outer layer that I pulled this off of. With the heart goes this way. We have the base that's up here. The apex is down here. The right auricle is right under this muscle and fat here, and the left auricle is over here. The right ventricle is this way, and the left ventricle over here. And you can see the pulmonary trunk right here. Interior is a little more difficult for me. So the myocardium is these tough inner pieces here, or the layer. And the endocardium, I actually found a better endocardium on here, the inside. You can see these layers here. That layer here is the endocardium. Let's see, the right atrium is here, this upper portion of the heart, up here. The opening of the superior vena cava. So it goes here, and you can see it come all the way through down deep in here. So if I stick my probe through, you can see how it goes through the heart. The tricuspid valve, it typically would be in between the right ventricle and the right atrial and the right ventricle. I really was not able to find it very easily here, but that is what it separates it in between the two, the atrial and the ventricle. Let's see here, for the other side, the bicuspid valve is the same thing, but on the left side. So it's difficult to find, but once again, it would fall somewhere between here once it's put together, separating the atrial and the ventricle. Left ventricle is here, would be this lower portion. Again, there's a lot of the myocardium in the way though. Let's see, the last thing we need is the aortic semilunar valve, which is here in this area. I did kind of cut through it, and it reaches your aorta back here. So that is the conclusion to our sheep dissection. So now we're going to go ahead and go through the circulatory system for the fetal pig dissection. If you can look around and just make sure I don't have material to assist me aside from my list. So first thing on this list is the pericardium, which is the membranes that cover your heart. So it's right here. If you can see the probe just lining it. And then I have the diaphragm, which I've cut here. Typically though, it doesn't, like right here, it lines the walls of the rib cage for support and protection. And then we have the heart, which, as I said, is right here, that the pericardium does cover. I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera so that I could get deeper into the system so we can go into the rest of the listed items. All right, so I've got the heart out here, and we'll go ahead and go into the jugulars. So we have the external jugular on the right side here, and internal jugular. And then we have the left external and internal jugular. Okay. That one and that one. We also have the superior vena cava, which is actually here in the heart. Would go through. And then the aorta which is that blue portion, and it connects right into there. So this part of the dissection is going to be going over the lymphatic system. The first one on my list right here is the right lymphatic duct. Thank you. Which happens to fall just back here, the lymphatic duct. We also have the thoracic duct that falls in the cavity back here. The left, sorry, my son is in the background. The left internal jugular is right here. The subclavian vein, I actually believe I cut it, but it's right here. The cervical region for the lymph nodes is in the neck, the cervical, so it would be in this general area if you were to find it. The axillary would be in this general area for the nodes. And then the inguinal are down here in the legs. Well, I guess more so the thighs, you would find them in this region. We've got the spleen right here that I'm pointing to with my probe. And the thymus, which is up right there. So this concludes our dissection for the week 7 dissection lab. So in this one, we're gonna go ahead and go through the respiratory system for the fetal pig. You can look around, there's nothing around me. So the first thing on our list is the larynx, which is right here in this area. And it's connected to the trachea, which is this bumpy section here. The lung lobes that surround the heart. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more back here. So 1, 2, and then this top one, 3. The thoracic duct sits back here in the thoracic cavity. The visceral pleura is part of the lungs in here. I've kind of cut it open to see, but it's a little difficult to tell, but it's one of the layers inside of the lung. And then the diaphragm, as I've shown before, is this portion. I've already cut it, but it is connected to the cavities here. So this would be the diaphragm.